Malta attended the 10th grade of a secondary school in Berlin. One day, a new student came into the class. The teacher introduces him as Imre from Romania. When he had introduced himself, his Romanic accent could hardly be understood. He was very thin and his skin was pale. He had protruding large ears, a long and pointed nose, and his eyes were of different colors, with which he squinted slightly. Everyone made fun of his appearance and pronunciation. In addition, Imre fell in love with his new classmate Violetta. When she also noticed it, she also pretended to love him, and when he asked her if she would like to accompany him to the school disco, she said yes. His classmates have planned something cruel to humiliate him. When Violetta went to the school disco with Imre, he didn't suspect anything. When they were there, two classmates approached him and held him. He tried to get away from him, but he was much weaker than the others. Two others came up to him and poured a large bucket of spoiled milk on him. They smeared pies on his face because of this humiliation. He began to cry. What finally broke his heart was when Violetta and David kissed in front of his eyes. The boys let him go and Violetta took a picture of him. He realized that she was the girlfriend of David, his worst tormentor. He ran home crying. On the way, he collapsed in a dark side street. A strange man came to him and asked what had happened to him in a terrible way. "It's none of your business," whines Imre. "I can help you," said he. "I can guess what they have done to you. And if you want revenge, I have the best means," he added. "How do you know all this?" Imre asked, confused. "You want revenge, and I offer you my help," the stranger explained. "What is your name?" Imre asks. "Oh yes, I didn't introduce myself at all. My name is Vladimir," he introduces himself. "I specialize in the field of revenge and meanness. The only thing you have to do is enter into a contract with me." He handed the boys a dagger. He took it and cut his finger. He then took the blood and used it to draw an unknown rune on Imre's forehead. "Come with me to Transylvania, and that's where your revenge will begin," Vladimir said. So Imre disappeared with the stranger and has never been seen since. Everyone in the class was at a loss. Have they gone too far? He took his own life. 20 years later, from Mr. Schmidt's point of view, I sat in my office and checked my class's math test. My phone rang. I answered the call. "Hello, what can I do for them?" I asked. "You should go on a school trip to Transsylvania with your class," says a mysterious voice on the phone. "Why should I?" I asked, irritated. "Well, let's put it this way. My best friend still has a score to settle, and if you don't come, you'll never see your children again." "I won't let myself be blackmailed," I said angrily. "I know that you have two children, a son named Tom, who is 10 years old, and a daughter named Claire, who is 7 years old." I was shocked. How did he know that? "You love her, don't you? And you don't want anything to happen to them," said the voice. "I know where they go to school and what I'm capable of." He said, "I'm sure you remember Imre. He would like to see you again, and you can stay here in my castle for a week," he explained. I thought Imre was missing. No one saw him again after the school disco. "Help us," my children shouted through the receiver. "Leave her alone," I shouted. "You know the condition," he said calmly. At that moment, I thought of my children. I didn't want that something happened to them, and so I made the decision. But leave my children alone," I said. "They'll be back with you tomorrow. See you in October," the man said and hung up.